Hey guys, it's Ed, the designer for Dicemancy. I wanted to make another video for you guys, give you guys a playthrough of the game. Before we go into it, I just want to express how grateful I am that so many people have backed the game so far. I am happy, I am excited, I am nervous, but more than anything, I'm grateful. This is surreal. Okay, disclaimers. Prototype game. All components and rules are not final. Prototype game. This is a print and play copy that I made myself, so expect some print errors here and there. Not very steady hands. Wanted to record this video. I just made this for another reviewer, and it's like, before I send it over, let me just record a video myself. Why not? What else? Disclaimer. I am going to assume that if you're watching this video, you've already either seen the rules overview video that's on the GameFound page, or you've skimmed through the rules or read them. They're also on the GameFound page. This is the third scenario for the game. I'm not going to be as thorough as I would on like explaining core rules of the game, but I'll still vocalize everything, make sure spells make sense, and I walk you guys through my train of thought as much as I can. But yeah, this is the third scenario of the game. This is my favorite, I would say, scenario for the game. Most of playtesting and conception since the beginning has been done with this. So what do I mean? Context: the game has 6 spells, 6 colors, 6 elements, and this is the first scenario that has everything. It's like vanilla, but use all spells. So first scenario, for context, you only have access to these 3 spells: Fireball, Water Whip, and Rock Wall. They're also on the Apprentice side, which just removes a simple or effect here, which I'll probably get into in the middle of the gameplay. Second scenario introduces the 4th spell, Chained Lightning. Very powerful, very cool. And of course, purple enemies come with it. And we also introduce a 4th wall. So it's a little bit more challenging and complex. And then the third scenario introduces the last 2 spells. And also introduces the ability to basically create your party of wizards. You take 2. You're basically choosing what skills you want to take with you to the challenge. So some of these characters are considered apprentices. They have little wand. You take one of those, and the others are considered like elders. So you basically have to choose one of each. Some other scenarios can get a little bit more specific or complex, but that's the gist of it. I chose Fede and Lewis. I like them. I think they're cool, and they have flashy abilities that I think could showcase, hopefully they would showcase interesting edges of what Dicemancy has to offer. I'm also a big fan of just the flavor of Fede. I like him. This is still not on the final components, but they have a little bit of backstory there. And I like the archetype of guy, not very magical, but punches his way through things. I think that's cute. Cool. Okay, let's start. Let's go for it. Round 1, my starting spell slot is a Water Whip. It has a single die icon, but I have 2 characters with die icons themselves, so that means that on my first turn I could potentially roll 3 dice, which I am going to do. Fede lets me start with 2 gems. They're there. Okay, good. And I'll just roll dice. Okay. 2, 2, and a 5. So I have a single odd die. I don't know if I want to use it yet. I think, okay, so what I'm going to do for my first... So, player phase, I can do any number of actions in any order. I think the first thing that I'm going to open with, instead of putting my 5 here and just activating this spell, is I'm going to use my 2 gems here to use 2 Dice Blasts from Fede. And I want to finish off this bat over here with 2 basic damage. Seems inefficient, but I think it's cool because it's going to be a little bit more efficient now. So I have this new spell slot card, a red one, and I'm going to layer it like so here. So now I'm going to use one of my 2 dice to activate this spell. I'm going to save by 5 just in case I need it, just because I had 2 repeated 2s. And now I activate both of these spells with a single die, which I gain some efficiency back. I'm going to put these guys. They're kind of badly cut. Pretty bad. Ignore that. It's fine. Prototype game. So we're going to activate these 2 spells. They're very simple. It's just a single spell. We're not combining or doing anything crazy. What do they do? We have Water Whip. Water Whip, let's turn it around, make it simpler for now. Water Whip attacks 3 enemies or 3 spaces in a row with blue cubes. And it lets you add splash damage. Basically, add extra spaces to the attack. All spells have effects and attacks, and the effects they almost always activate once per die in chain. So if I had more dice stacked here, this splash damage would be stronger, essentially. It'll become relevant hopefully later in this playthrough. Fireball, I attack 1 single space, but I add extra damage cubes per die that I used to activate, per die in spell chain. So in this case, I have a red that, because I'm using 1 die, I can actually attack an enemy with 2 red cubes. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this slime up here with 2 red cubes, basically activating this red spell. So let's remove these 2 red cubes, grab this guy. Why did this guy get eliminated with 2 red cubes? As you can see, it's health. Second health bar. He can be eliminated by a single red damage with any other damage. I just used 2 red, he's dead. And I have another spell I can use even. It's kind of cool. And then I'm gonna use Water Whip. Where am I gonna use Water Whip? So I wanna definitely kill this lizard. And maybe touch this wolf too. Controversial move. I think I am going to use Water Whip in this 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. This one would be wasted. I'm just putting it here to visualize where my attack is going. And then splash damage, I can go in any direction. And then I am going to put my 4th cube up here and eliminate that lizard up there. I only have 1 blue cube left, well, 2 blue cubes left. I could have done the damage here, but I think I have other means of eliminating these enemies. I think this one's worrying me a little bit more. So that spell chain finishes executing. This lizard is dead. So let's recover that into my hand. I have a mess. Let's clean up a bit. Let's remove these 2 tokens. You don't have to use them. These are entirely optional. But I think for the video, they're good for visualizing what's going on. So now I have 2 other cards. So I cannot actually activate both of them. Looking at my dice, I have a 2 and a 5. The fire requires a max 3 and green always requires an even. So I could theoretically only activate them with my 2. But that's fine. I'm going to do the same thing that I did here. I'm going to combine them like this. And I'm going to add them here. Further combine, further attach. I like having all of my things tightly connected. Make sure they feed into each other and they keep growing stronger. It's also a safe strategy to have things separate. There's space. There's a decision space for anything, honestly. Everything works. Okay, moving on. I'm going to grab this shoe. I'm going to put it here. That's going to activate 2 spell chains. It's going to activate this one here and this one here. So I look at where I place my die and I follow the arrows in all directions. So I don't actually activate this because it would imply I'm like going the opposite direction of the arrows. So that's why I'm only activating this 2. Some word mentioned though. I am activating spells. The effects activate once per die in chain. Even though my placed die is this 2, for terms of counting this spell effects, you can count all dice that are connected. So I'm actually going to activate this guy twice. I'm going to gain 2 crystals when I activate this guy. And I'm going to do a very powerful fireball. Because fireball grows stronger. Lets you add more damage cubes whenever you use it. So I am first going to... Should I do the fireball first? I am going to use this green one to act. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill this. I think I'm gonna do this. It'll make sense in a second. I'll do that. This guy is dead. And I gain 2 gems for that. And then I'm going to activate Fireball. Because there's 2 dice in my spell chain, I get to activate this effect twice. So, plus 1 damage to a targeted monster for every die in chain. I am going to do a single very strong Fireball of 3. I can kill any of these 2 lizards. Which one do I want to kill? I already have blue in my board. I think I'm gonna kill this black one, just so I get some variety. I'm gonna kill that guy. Apologies if I'm butchering rules or stuff like that. Making videos is hard. So that is done. And I have a single die left. I'm regretting some decisions that I've made previously, but everything will be fine. Okay. So I have a yellow and a dark spell. I think I'm just gonna... I don't want to combine them. I want to use them both. So maybe I want to do... So I want to cover them like this. But I really like how having my black uncover lets me roll 3 dice. So hard decisions. I could also just have them separate like this and just not activate my black spell right now, just so I could have hella dice next turn. Maybe that's the most efficient thing. My only worry right now is killing these 2 guys, because these 2 guys will damage the wall. They're adjacent to the wall. I think I can kill at least one of them. I can at least kill one of them for sure. I could maybe... Can I kill both? Okay, I'll involve you guys in my train of thought. So we have Holy Light. Holy Light, the effect: before or after attack, move any 1 or 2 monsters 1 space orthogonally. Not critical, but the attack for Holy Light is kind of good. Any 6 enemies of different colors. So we get to put 6 cubes in different places, which is fire. And then Void Grasp, the effect: after attack, can move any all damage from any all targeted enemies into 1 targeted enemy. Does that make sense? No? So let's say I activate... let's say I would use this single Void Grasp, and I attack these 2 enemies, and I put 1 cube here and 1 cube here. I could theoretically move all damage from this imp into this slime and technically kill them. Why is that cool? Because if I can combine both of these, it's kind of a broken combo. But I could attack 5 enemies and then pull all that 5 damage into a single one. Okay, I'm blabbering. Let's just activate both separately because I have a 5. I can do that. I'm gonna do this. I've decided. Let's commit. Let's do that. Bam. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so we activate this. We activate this. Let's do yellow first. Easy one. I am going to put 1 here. That guy's almost dead. 1 here. That guy's almost dead. Another 1 here. They have to be of different colors, so the only other place where I can put 1 is here. And the effect lets me move enemies, so I'm just going to move this wolf. That was the ideal solution. Why didn't I just do that? That's so simple. And then I'm going to use Void Grasps to eliminate that lizard. So as a reminder, Void Grasp, I can attack 2 enemies adjacent, and then I can transfer damage. So what I'm going to do is put 1 here and 1 here, and I'm gonna transfer this yellow. Transfer this yellow here. Basically kill that lizard. So my wall is safe. We're vibing. We used 3 dice and barely, well, not barely survived. We did pretty well. That was pretty good. And we have 2 gems. Fire. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I don't have any more dice. I still have a card that I could place or trash or do anything with it. I'm just going to keep it for next round. It's going to stay in my hand. And let's do monster phase. So, this tripod is not letting me use my hands properly. Everything here is disorganized. Okay. Monster phase. At the same time, all monsters try to attack. Then they try to move. Then they do any other optional skills. So they first try to attack. None of them can attack. None of them are ranged. I kill all the bats. And none of them are adjacent to the wall. After that, they're all going to move. On this scenario, they all start with 2 moves. So everything moves 2. 1, 1, 1. This is cramped. And then 2. These guys get to move all the way here. 1, 2, 1, 1. And let's flip everything. Oh, dang. I have purple dragon. That worries me a little bit. So we're uncovering some level 2 enemies, which are scary. So enemies are weak to certain elements, Pokemon style. Level 2 enemies, while also weak to certain elements, sometimes it's a hard on, like an actual requirement. So to kill a griffin here, it's kind of complicated. And dragons, purple is weak to itself. And there's only 1 purple here. So I have to eliminate this slime and use this slime's power to eliminate that dragon. Maybe. The other possibility is just to keep that guy at bay. I don't have to kill all enemies. I only have to kill 4 for this scenario, which I should have mentioned at the beginning. It's not a big deal-ish, but I don't want to have my back against the wall. So something to consider there. Okay. That was monster phase. Let's do cleanup. Let's remove all these dice from my board and let's move the round tracker. I moved the round tracker. There's tokens there, so things move around. This little feed goes here. This thing goes here. The enemies unlocked a new skill. So this token got moved. It's a little bite thingy. What does that do? Basically, enemies after they move, they bite, they melee attack. So normally they attack and then move, but in this case I'm also scared that they are gonna attack again after moving, which is kind of concerning, and everything's packed. So I'm gonna need to go ham to actually get out of this. So okay, let's start. Let me think. It is hard to play a game while vocalizing everything. I cannot just go deep think. Which I think this game requires it sometimes. I think I should just go for what I have right now. Clear some things up. I'm gonna gain some cards. I might have a little bit of leftover dice, and I can like adapt from there. I think I'm not gonna overthink it. Whatever the case, I lose, and that's good content. Maybe, is it? I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot of dice. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I roll 6 dice. This is big. We're still not on high difficulty, so we're good. This was actually a pretty bad roll. Okay, 2 1s, 4 5, 6 6. Why do I say this is a bad roll? I think normally you want variety in your numbers, just because like cards are distributed, or I guess I distributed my numbers here. Anyways, it's fine, whatever. I'm first gonna do this. Just gonna put that one there, and it's gonna activate a lot of things. That, and that. Let's first to do this simple water whip. So, being consistent with reminding what things do. Water whip. The effect, add 1 space for every dying chain. Add 1 space to the attack. And the attack attacks 3 enemies in a row. So, I am going to attack this guy, and then the cube could go here, but technically I'm out of cubes. There's only 5 cubes of each color. And if at any point you don't have enough cubes to place on the attack, you basically get to choose from your target enemies where the cube goes. I'm going to choose to put it up here because this has splash damage. So I'm technically attacking these 3 areas plus this one up here. So let's do that. This guy's dead. And this guy's dead. Okay, we're still in the middle of an execution. Let's do is there anything weak to fire right now that I need to immediately kill? Not really. I could do it here. I would finish off this enemy, but I wanted to finish this one off with my fire spell because it would be more efficient. He's 2 away from 9. I have Feather. I can just use him actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna do earth on this line. I will put 1 cube here, 1 cube here. There's no enemy there, and 1 cube here at the bottom. What does the green spell do? Rock wall. Gain 1 crystal for every die in chain, and attack 3 spaces in a column. So that gives me a gem. I have 3 now. I could theoretically activate Lewis and his clear mind, which is actually pretty fire. I forgot. Okay, this guy's dead. I now have my purple, which I'm remembering right now that I made a big deal of. I need that guy. I have this guy. And red. I think I'm just gonna kill this imp. This guy. I don't like imps. So what does the imp do? Imps have a lot of health, but they can be one-shotted with almost every spell if you have the correct color. I'm just gonna kill this guy. Let's say I put a cube. Whoop, he's dead. And I have a lot of cards in my hand, as you can see. So I have a lot of options on like adapting in case I need to. And let's remove this. I'm starting to worry a little bit about that griffin. I want to do some more cleanup though. I want to kill that dragon. Do I have fire? I do. I do have fire. I could do this. Ooh, okay, I have an idea. I have an idea. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let's do this. Let's do that. That gets activated. This gets activated. Holy Light. Before or after attack, move 1 or 2 monsters 1 space orthogonally and attack any 6 enemies of different elements. I am going to finish this wolf off. I have to put it on this purple guy. I'm going to put it... I think I want to start putting yellow here. And then I have to put it on this blue guy because they have to be different elements and it's the only other guy that's on that. Anyways, I could put it, no, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Okay. Do I want to move anything right now? No, I don't think I do. I'll kill this guy. Actually, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay. He's dead. This wolf's dead. And now we get to activate this Void Grasp. Void Grasp. After attack, can move any all damage from any all targeted enemies into one target enemy. And you attack any 2 adjacent areas. It's kind of screwed up. I forgot what I was going to do. I should have moved. Anyways, whatever. We're fine. We're vibing. I'm not going to use the effect. I'm just going to put, I'm going to attack 2 adjacent enemies. I'm going to put 1 black cube here and 1 black cube there and kill this bat. I don't like range enemies. Let's get that out of the way. Oh my god, the dragon is range. I forgot. Okay. So, let's do something cool. Let's do something cool. I want to kill this dragon. I need a lot of purple damage. I am going to combine red and purple like this and put it this tripod, brother. I'm gonna put it there for now. Okay, so what's happening? I am going to put a single die here. And this activates a single spell chain, this. So wherever I place the die, we follow the arrows. And we end up here. And here we're combining purple with red. So... red, add 1 damage to a targeted monster for every die in chain. And we have 2 dice in this chain. So we actually can use 3 cubes to attack a single purple, English. One of these monsters, we're gonna put 3 cubes on top of them. So we could chain lightning. 1 damage here, 3 damage here, and 1 damage here. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. This guy's dead. This guy's dead. This is our first kill. Level 2 enemy kill. So, level 2 enemies have a little bit more complex backsides. They're normally stronger or more flexible. I don't like having this purple here. I'm just gonna cover it back up. I have the cards. I want gems because I like gems. So I'm gonna cover it back up. I'm gonna put this green back in there. And I wanna activate it. It's even. I have a lot of even. Okay, let's use the 6. Boom. I actually need... Ooh, I covered my yellow. I just realized that I need yellow. Dang. Dang. Oof. I'll have to figure something out. Okay. Whatever. We activate that chain and that. Let's just do fireball up here. No. Yeah, let's just kill this guy. Fireball him. And green is not very helpful right now. Why did I cut? It's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna put a single green here, and I'm gonna prevent this guy from attacking by putting a green there. And I think I want to wait till next round before I use all of my dice. I think what I'm gonna do right now is I am going to use Fede's Dice Blast. So I'm gonna use 1 gem to put 1 neutral cube here on this wolf, and I'm gonna prevent him from moving. So I'm gonna try and get that row stuck for a bit. I'm gonna use these 2 dice to crystallize and create 2 gems. Go up to 4. And I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call that round. I'm just gonna let the enemies move. So they all move 2. So 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Basically, everything's face up now. Wait, this guy didn't move because this guy had this cube. I blocked his movement. So what happened here? I put a cube on top of his little deny move thingy, so he didn't move. Oof. Oof. Okay, back against the wall a little bit. Okay, after moving, then enemies can use their special skills, so adjacent enemies are going to attack. So this is going to fall, and this is going to get damaged too. So we're in a little bit of a pickle because we need yellow to eliminate some of these enemies. We have a lot of yellow presence in the board. We could speed run theoretically. We need 3 more kills. We could kill this 3 and then just survive the round by preventing these guys from moving. I could also I could kill this Titan. It has a lot of HP, but if I kill him, then I could use that yellow card to finish more things off. That sounds more fun, actually. I can try and aim for that. Anyways, cleanup phase. We move all these dice. This guy moves. Okay, and we roll dice. Do I want to modify before I roll dice? I want a lot of damage here, so I want the very big boy fire spell. I could do a fire spell, and I could straight up. Actually, this guy was not supposed to attack. It's fine, whatever. Okay. I could also just do Void Grasp and move damage around, concentrate all damage on this Titan and kill him. That could also be a possibility. I could do both at the same time on a single turn. Yeah, let's just roll dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna roll 7 dice. We keep getting stronger. Okay, just gonna put them here. We now have the space. Okay. Should I move the camera? Who cares? Um, uh, I could. Let's do this one here first. Just activate a lot. I think I'm gonna go and I think I can kill these two guys very easily. And then I can concentrate on killing this Titan here. And maybe I can stop these guys from moving and win in this round, potentially. Let's do a fireball first. Let's do this guy. So fireball, attack a single area. Add extra damage to one enemy you're attacking per die you're using your spell chain. So I'm going to do 2 little cubes. I'm going to put 2 cubes here. And then Water Whip. I am going to... I'm just going to attack here in this line. And just attack that guy. And I'm going to use my splash damage to just start putting a block there. So reminder, Water Whip, add 1 space to attack per every die in chain. That's the Water Whip. And then we have the Earth spell, which I'm gonna start stacking more damage on this Titan. And I have to use the cubes once I committed to it. Just gonna put it here and there. And I generated 1 gem because of that. So I'm at 5. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow up where I am, because I want to use this very powerful fire. Because there's two dice. If I go backwards on this chain, there's 2 dice powering up this red spell. I can use 3 cubes for a single attack. So I'm gonna one-shot this dragon up here. So how does that work? Again, fireball, 1 damage to a targeted monster for every die in chain. This guy's done. And now I can do another earth spell, and I have just 1 cube left. I'm just gonna put it here. But I generate 2 gems because of that earth spell. Because again, earth, gain 1 crystal for every die in chain. I think I'm gonna use Lewis's ability. I want to activate this blue one again, just so I can finish off this annoying griffin. I just want to finish that off. Or I could just stack more cards, honestly. I have so many cards. I should just use them. I have so many. But I don't want to use extra dice. Okay, can I finish everything off in a single attack? I can do a very powerful fire. I'm gonna have to do a void grasp at the same time or afterwards. Maybe if I do, let's do, what if, let me think. Oh, I got it. I think I got it. Okay, this is what I came up with. This is gonna be my finish this game in one spell because I want to go to bed. I'm gonna layer this up here. Oh shit, wait. I don't want this arrow here at the bottom. So I'm just gonna do that there. Okay. Ooh. These cards are so thick. I'm very excited to actually have like a real manufactured copy at some point. But these guys are hard to not move around. Anyways. Okay, it's crazy. Let's put a single die here. And that activates 2 chains. This and this. Single water spell. I'm just gonna hit this area and do 1 splash damage here. Cool. This guy's dead. And now for this guy, what was I gonna do? Oh, yes. So we're attacking with Dark Spell. Where is my cards? I need to be able to vocalize this for people to make sense of it. We're doing that. Fire. So, well, technically, because this is not a starter scenario, we're doing that. This is flipped. Jesus. I am going to... I get to attack two adjacent enemies. I actually screwed up. What did I do? It was the other way around. Whatever. Damn, I'm gonna be 1 short. What did it? It's fine. Okay, yeah. We attack 2 enemies. I'm gonna use the fire effect to add an extra black cube. I'm gonna use this effect. I'm gonna gain 1 gem. So I have 8 gems when I move away from the cap. Then I'm gonna transfer damage cubes here. That looked cooler in my head. I'm gonna use Feathers cantrip, Die Blast, and just put 1 white cube there. That Titan is dead. Overkill. And that's all the level 2 enemies we have to kill to win that scenario. We still have to survive though. Do we survive? So they attack and they move, so no. But we can just block their movement, honestly. Honestly, I can just use Feathers cantrip Dice Blast right now. Because I have so many gems. And we're gonna put 2 cubes there. And 1 cube there. To prevent those guys from walking. Can that guy? No, there's no range. Yeah. That's it. Enemy phase, they attack, they destroy those walls, but they don't get to move this round. This guy moves. He attacks this wall. And well, this guy, we now see what it is. It was another Griffin. I got lucky with no range enemies. Cool. That's it. We won. Fire. This guy got a little bit bonkers for a second there. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go to bed.